Hello there guys, it's Stephen and Phil back with another video, and finally we're completing our collection of 2019-20 Premier League home shirts, and it's last but no means least, apologies Burnley, to Burnley's new effort from Umbro. It's been out for about a month now, so I reckon we're a little bit late to this, but we're going to give it some FOOTY.COM thoughts. So don't forget, if you are new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for loads of kit reviews and all that kind of stuff in general. But Phil, you've had a long time to live with this shirt now. What do you make of the Claret's new shirt for next season? Umbro back there, I know you're a big fan of Umbro. Is this live up to their standards?
Yeah, I think this one flew a bit under the radar. You know, Umbro have had a very good year. We've talked a lot about how good they've been. This is probably one of Umbro's kind of more conservative efforts. It's definitely not one that's going to make your sort of top shirts of the year lists, but you know, it's not a bad shirt by any means. I think, you know, it's kind of one of those typical first year with a brand shirts. You know, a bit like I don't know.
Who did it last year? I can't remember.
They were Puma, and to be fair, they had some. I mean, I really liked their away kit last year. It was a kind of black and silver design. But anyway, this year, it's not a bad shirt. There's a couple of small details, and probably the biggest kind of unique feature of the shirt, which is quite small, but there's a little bit on the sleeves. You can see a little kind of
the diamond thing
of the diamond, which this sort of broken up diamond thing I quite like, and it's probably
I've got a problem with it.
Okay, go on, to it.
Because, and it's not their fault, because of the sponsor.
Well, you know that I was going to mention the sponsor.
Because of the sponsor and the Chinese lettering, I mean, which obviously it was Mandarin, I presume it is, which I can't read. And because there's a random bit of texture pattern now, it's just a bit messy, and to me it clashes. And it looks a bit confusing. It's not their fault, I know, but
it's probably one of the most kind of notable things about the shirt. You're absolutely right. The fact that, and I believe that's the same sponsor as
it looks like LoveBet as well,
and you're right in that, even though, like in one sense, I kind of like, from a colour perspective, it's clean, but I can see what you're saying. You know, if we're being picky, and that's ultimately what we're doing on this channel, that, you know, even just the way. Because the Umbro diamond kind of is quite sharp, thin lines. The LoveBet sponsor a little bit chunky, a little bit rounded. So there is a clash there, definitely, from a design perspective.
It's got the trapezium pattern pull out thing on the collar again, which once again, I'm just not a fan of. It doesn't really work for me. It's especially clunky here.
Agreed. I think that's the thing. Some Umbro shirts have blended it in much better, because most of them, certainly for the big teams, have had the same construction. But I think you're absolutely right with the when they've had it in this sort of trapezium-esque colour, or the way that makes it look like trapezium doesn't work as well.
It's the way. Do you know what it is? It's the way they've got the trapezium cut off, and then still a little bit of colour next to it. If that makes sense. So they've got a little triangle that comes out of the trapezium either side of it. It's like, why doesn't the claret kind of the other secondary colour just kind of go up to the trapezium bit? And just join it there. It's just like these like patchwork bits, and it's just a bit messy. It's quite a simple shirt, isn't it? Really, they've gone for a quite classic look. I
think one thing to say. It's probably better than Villa's home shirt, and Villa's home shirt was very similar colour-wise and similar pattern, but I think the one thing which Umbro have done well is they've not messed around with something like the cuffs or the shoulder. The sleeves on the Villa shirt were quite odd, and so at least in that sense it's good, but unfortunately it's not really too much to separate
it. Doesn't inspire me with this. I don't think they've I think it's by their own standards. I think they're definitely a victim here of their own brilliance, because I've seen like classic retro shirts done by like West Ham looking absolutely stunning. And I know they've got a terrible sponsor, which doesn't really help, but I'm not keen on the collar, and I think it's kind of fun. That I just don't think it works in the context of this shirt personally. It's a personal preference thing. It's not an offensive shirt, but it just doesn't look. I don't know, something about it's just a bit. My eyes are going all over the place, and I'm not kind of taking it in. The way you look at a classy shirt like Roma's away kit or something like. Was it Inter Milan's away kit? And then I don't know, AC Milan's home kit, or then West Ham's kit. Everything seems to just to fit in places nicely, neat together. I'm not getting that vibe personally, but having said that, I don't hate it. It's just.
No, I think definitely I would expect more from next year, maybe 2 years' time. It feels like it's kind of a bit of a foundation for future years.
So we'll give it a score anyway. So we've got obviously a list of kit rankings up here. This is just everything. Then I'll probably pull up a Premier League list separately afterwards. What do you make of this then, Phil? Where are you going to give it?
Yeah, I think this one reminds me of a couple of other home shirts in the Premier League this year. Villa's, as we talked about, and probably City's as well, because that was City's first year with Puma, so it reminds you of that.
Not swap
no, but you're right. In that sense, the manufacturers moving around, sort of transfer window for manufacturers, and I do think it's sort of in between those. I think it's not quite. I think City's was a little bit nicer, but I prefer it to Villa's. So you know what? There's not a 67 yet, but I'm going to give it a 68. I know we've got a couple of other shirts there, but it feels like it's in that territory. It's definitely not a bad shirt, but not
I would agree with that in general. Like, I think they've got some basics right. It's just a few things where, like, not really a fan of it. It's one of those things where if you're not really a fan of the construction, there's not much you can do about it. It's just like personal taste. I mean, some people like that bit, but I just don't really get it. But you got to try stuff. You got to go there to come back and all that kind of stuff. For now, guys, let us know if you agree with that score in the comments below. But also on screen next to me now, there'll be a full Premier League kit rankings of home shirts. So who will be top? We'll have West Ham top. Sorry, Arsenal will be top, of course. Top, then we'll have. I've not worked out yet. So
by West Ham.
West Ham. Who else?
Palace. Interesting.
Palace, which I think would be reassessed if we got there now.
I think probably
Chelsea home, and then we've got Liverpool's home and loads more. Let us know if you agree with that list as well. We've got Spurs higher than possibly thought. A very bunch of average home shirts. There's quite a few are just like, all right. Away shirts have been more
interesting. I'd say better,
Anyway, guys, that is just our Premier League 2019-20 home shirt thing. Obviously, we'll do more tables as we get through more kits and all that kind of stuff. For now, though, make sure you subscribe if you're a fan of FOOTY.COM, kit culture and all that kind of stuff. I've been Stephen. This is Phil. And we'll see you very soon.